4th, I believe. Yeah, August 4th. Didn't film last night. Did a total of like 16.5 miles, I think it was. Way more than I expected to, or probably should have, considering how long it's been since I hiked. But it got me to a point where it's pretty much all downhill, and only 10 more miles today down into Ashland or down to Callahan's. So that was kind of the goal yesterday, to make it a short day and then rest up the rest of today down there. Also, I'll show you in a minute, but I got to a shelter here, and soon after, another hiker came, and I didn't want to be rude and be filming or whatever. So it's a quiet night. When I got here, it was super windy. There was cows down in the field, and they had cowbells on. It was super loud, like echoes through the valleys. And this could be interesting, but I guess went away and the wind died down. It was like just still and silent all night, which is kind of brutal because I have my new Neo Air pad. I've like used it 3 times now, so it's got that really new crinkle sound to it. And then with the other guy being here at the shelter, I'm trying to get used to getting comfortable on that pad. I'm already a side sleeper, so I'm flipping over to my side constantly to try to find a comfortable way to sleep on there. But every time I make the slightest movement, it just makes this potato chip bag crinkle, and I feel bad, like I'm probably waking him up over and over. In comparison, like his pad is so quiet. So hopefully he wasn't all ticked off that I was making noise. I tried to make as little as possible, but yeah. So I'm not too sore this morning, considering there's a couple of possibly blisters forming, which is new to me because, well, I guess when I did a hike through Sisters last year, a 3-day, I did like 75 miles in 3 days and really pushed it. I had a couple blisters forming, but all the PCT miles I did back in March really didn't have any at all, and now it looks like there might be a couple forming, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. So anyway, I'll show you here. So I set up my tent. Oh, that's the shelter. Big fire pit. He slept there. I probably should have. He's like, "Why are you setting up your tent?" I was like, "I don't know, because I have it and I'm used to doing it." He just put his pad down there. I don't know if it was more or less comfortable. On the concrete, definitely more flat. Like two campsites in a row have been kind of on this like incline, and so you end up at the bottom of your tent or the bottom of your pad both mornings. So hopefully in the next couple days I can find some actual flat spots. So anyway, I'm going to take down the tent and head out. This is the small road walk down from the PCT to the shelter. A minute ago, you hear the cowbells. There's a cow around here somewhere. Right up around this corner. See if we can get a glimpse. We got 2 of them. There's a brown one there, a black one right there. See how long until I spook them. Black one sees me. And 3. Another black one. Okay. One's big. Hi. passing through. You're okay. Okay. I go this way. Just barely. Yeah. Get a glimpse of Shasta there. Has to be Shasta. This is literally, I mean, that driveway's the trail. So literally just off trail. I'm not sure what they are, round cabins or something. But I had to, for my nephew Dino, come look at the doe. I don't know if I should ring it because someone probably lives here. That was for you, Dino. Okay, we're about 4 miles out from Callahan's, where I was planning to go today. It's been nice and cool, all downhill. Pretty easy peasy. Stopped once to refill on water, found a good stream. So that was nice, because I was getting low. And so yeah, 4 miles into Callahan's. I was doing some research online. That's one thing that's been so nice since I started. Almost solidly, I've at least had 1 bar of service, which is super nice. I mean, my gut hooks will work without it, but just being able to research stuff and talk to family, and I don't know, it's just a whole different world when you're able to do all that. It's a lot easier to stay motivated too when you can stay in contact. But anyway, since I got service, I was researching Callahan's, and it looks like they have some kind of hiker special deal where you can camp on their lawn and they'll give you a towel and laundry and all that. I really had it in my mind to real hot shower and a bed maybe. It wasn't too expensive, so I priced it there. It is a lodge, but it was like $250, $280 for one person. So that's not happening. So I looked on the Gut Hooks comments, and someone said a ride into Ashland with this taxi service, and I left the number. It's like 15 to 18 bucks. It's like 15 minutes to Ashland. And since my wife forbade me from hitchhiking, and I don't really want to do that anyway, I might, when I get there, obviously see if they're still serving breakfast. It's like getting close to 9, so I still have at least another hour and a half probably. So if they're still serving breakfast, eat breakfast at Callahan's, because I hear the restaurant is really good. If not, eat lunch at Callahan's. But then look about getting a taxi into Ashland, and I found a timber motel or timber lodge or timber something, and it's like 50-60 bucks for one person for the night. Not that far from the trail. It's got a grocery store near it, which is good, because I was worried about resupplying at Callahan's would be super expensive if they even have anything. It's near Dutch Bros, it's near Wendy's, all within walking distance. So that is the point. Into Callahan's, perhaps breakfast or lunch, and then figure out something about a ride and stay in a motel for the night. Take the rest of the day easy. Good shower, maybe there's a tub, soak everything, and then if I don't get breakfast this morning, get up early, get a ride back into Callahan's and have their breakfast, because I hear they got pancakes and strawberries and all this good stuff that sounds great. So back to Callahan's for breakfast, and then start off from there tomorrow. So 4 more miles, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, this one's for Atlas. I'm gonna cross a set of train tracks. A whole ton of rails there. A little scrap pile there. I guess it's not an active train track. Oh, maybe. That's a cool tunnel down there. Someone's working at it. Anyway, I'll figure my way here. Okay, down off the mountain, across the train tracks, head towards Callahan's. I'll tell you what, the trail is not well marked. I'm assuming I'm going the right way, but whew, once you get out of the trees, it is hot. Right back. Alright, left the freeway, or we left the freeway. And under the overpass. Callahan should be on the other side. I don't know if just not a lot of people go to Callahan's or what. That trail was not super heavily used. And then once you get onto the train tracks, there's like no way to tell without gut hooks which way you're going. So, a little bit of a road walk, which hurts something fierce. Next left, baby. Ice cold drinks. It is, I haven't checked it, it's gotta be in the 90s. Just passed a bunch of construction workers doing some kind of construction on that exit. Like, that's insane. Like, how much those, you can't pay those people enough. People do construction in June, July, August, September. That's just, in climates like this, that's just crazy. So, let's see what we got up here. I haven't seen anyone else, never caught up to the guy that I met at the shelter last night. I don't know if he came here. He said he wasn't super interested in going too off trail for food or resupply. It's about 0.7 off trail, down that funky trail. So there it is in there. Let's open here. Let's see what they got. Okay, so Callahan's Lodge was a hit. A little pricey, but it's a lodge. A little fancy. It's like a burger, but of course they fancified it up. It's like 17 bucks or whatever, but drank my fill. I think 5 refills on Dr. Pepper and all the water they could. Eventually they just stopped bringing it. No, but it was good. I just called the taxi company to come pick me up here. They actually just like 15 minutes previously picked up someone from here, another hiker, and took them to the motel I'm staying at. So I wonder if that was the guy in front of me. Would have been nice to split the fare with him, but it's like 18 bucks or something, not a big deal. So we're gonna be here in about 10 minutes, and then give me a ride into Ashland, and check-in time at, what time is it now? It's like 11:30. No, 12:30. Check-in time at Timbers Motel is like 1, so that'll be perfect. And they got AC in the rooms and a shower and all that, so probably hit that first. And there's like a Dollar Tree next door and something else, a couple other little things, so that'll help me with a few resupply. Let me soak my feet, at least a shower, if not a bath, just because I'm gonna have a 5-day, 6-day section coming up, possibly 7 into Crater Lake, depending on how fast I can go. But with how hot it's been, it'll get cooler as I go, but with how hot it's been already, this is like my last chance to actually have a real bed, because even through Crater Lake I'm going to get resupplied. There's no place I'm going to stay there, so it won't be till possibly Shelter Cove or possibly even Sisters. So got to take advantage when it happens and to get clean and soak the socks. And oh, by the way, look at, these are my feet. And believe it or not, every night take the shoes off, socks off, and scrub them all down, so they're pretty close to clean, and just in one day. But anyway, just sitting inside at the lodge waiting for my food and all that stuff, everything stiffens up. You go to walk and you're doing the hiker shuffle out of there. And anytime I sit for too long, once I'm moving on the trail after a while, the muscles are like, oh yeah, I know what we're doing here. But sit for too long right now, everything just, oh, when you go to stand up. So, yep, that's the plan. So I will probably video some more what the room looks like. Supposedly the reviews are really good. It's really inexpensive, like 60 something bucks, 65 bucks. And the reviews are really good about being really clean and really nice. And super friendly staff, and there's breakfast in the morning. I think what I'll do is, I think breakfast here starts at like 8. So I think I'll try to get here sometime between 8 and 11 tomorrow and have breakfast here and then head off from here. And it looks like I can kind of walk the road a little bit. It is skipping a little bit of the PCT, but I'm not going back up that Callahan's, or the road down here past the railroad. It was like super steep and overgrown and just funky. So if I can get a little bit further by just doing a little road walk to where the PCT leaves I-5 a little bit, then I will start there tomorrow and I don't have quite as much uphill. So that's the plan. Okay, so made it to Ashland. Got a taxi ride in. Super nice lady. She's gonna help me out in the morning too, get back to Callahan. Or near there, excuse me. Checking online at the Timbers, said it was 1. I was like, it's gonna be perfect. When I get there, he's like, nope, no check-in till 3, but he does have a room available at their lowest, like single queen or whatever rate, which is perfect. It is warm in Ashland, but I found a place in the shade, and it's about an hour now till 3. The good news is, right next door, let's go this way, Dutch Bros. So, got a Dutch Bros, drinking that, sitting in the shade, sitting next to this relic. Look at this movie theater. What are those? Oh, obviously it's closed. So I'm gonna finish this, or at least drink some more. I just want to get my shoes off. Like, it's killing me, but like the hobo sitting in town with my shoes off, people are gonna be staring. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go over to Dollar General, Dollar Tree, or whatever, and get some resupply stuff and some snacks, and then check in right at 3 and bath, shower, AC, just chill the rest of the day, get my feet up, get the shoes off. So that's the plan. So end of day 2 on the PCT at the Timbers Motel. Can't remember what my last video was, but they let me in around 3, and just been hanging out here, soaked my feet in cold water, took a warm shower, washed most of my clothes, got socks drying and all that. Should be good by the morning. The total was around 10 miles today, maybe a little bit more with the alternate down to Callahan's Lodge. Not exactly what my plan would have been is to get a hotel this soon, but I was looking at the map as well, and it looked like Crater Lake and Fish Lake both don't have access to showers because of COVID. And so I was like, man, when's the next point of a shower? And it wasn't until Shelter Cove. So that's like almost 200 miles away. So I heard some other hikers talking about that too. So I was like, well, I got a chance to go into Ashland and I'll get a shower there. So another plus to doing this and rest my feet. There is blisters starting to form on my toes. I haven't decided if I'm gonna wrap them tomorrow or not. The rough plan is to get up, I don't know, 6 or 7, warm shower, clothes should be all dry, call the taxi service back to Callahan's and have breakfast there. They're supposed to have a really good breakfast. Have breakfast there sometime between, I think their breakfast is 7 to 11 or something like that. So I have breakfast there sometime in between, and then hit the trail, and just see how far, what's doable and how my legs feel and whatever. I'm hoping for like the 12-15 mile range. If it's as hot as today and a little bit later start, if I take a bunch of breaks or whatever, we'll just see where I go. There's no need to push. There's no reason to get to a certain mileage. I kind of planned to get to Crater Lake by the weekend, but I don't know how doable that is. If I can make it by Sunday, great. But I don't know how doable that is with elevation gain and temperature. So we're just gonna see how it goes tomorrow. I'm not gonna push any crazy miles, and because I'm gonna have several days before resupply, and there's no reason that it has to be. I'm gonna have to get there by a certain date. So we're just gonna take it easy and take as many breaks, and maybe set up camp early tomorrow if I find a good spot, or take a long lunch or whatever to stay out of the heat. So that is the plan. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.